Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about the CinDwood Crafts large universal S-Loom, which, let me scoot back so you can see the whole thing. I'll show you kind of close up different parts of it. And this loom has, I counted quick, but it's I think it was like 242 pegs on it, so there's a lot of pegs. And this is 1/2 inch spacing on this one. CinDwood looms, you can get them in 1/2 inch or 5/8 inch, and this is the 1/2 inch spacing, so this is the little smaller spacing in it, so it'll give you a tighter gauge. Now when you order these looms, you will get a hook, a yarn guide, which all the yarn guide is a Bic pin casing, and it has all their contact information on it, so that's actually pretty neat. And really this is all you need for a yarn guide. And they make their own little adjusters for it. And they work, it's just so simple, the concept of these. You take this, let's say you're making a booty, and the pattern says use, dot pegs. You cannot how many pegs. You put that in there, which it'll wedge in a little farther, and then you use it in a circle fashion, kind of like my universal loom adjusters. Same concept. Now there's two things that CinDwood Looms has going for them. Well, CinDwood Woodcrafts. It is the only loom company that I've seen so far that sells their looms with an adjuster. Also, you can choose, they have a pretty large selection of colors you can choose from. So if you like green and you coordinate everything with green, you can have the pegs and this come in green instead of this one's purple. I've got a blue one, a green one, and a purple one. And there's a bunch of other colors as well. So that's also nice. It's just a little extra feature, so you can get them in. You can choose the gauge you want. You can choose the color of the pegs. Your loom hook comes coordinated with it. It's actually, I believe this is a dental tool, but it's kind of genius. It's perfect for your loom hook. They have a plastic sleeve that goes over it, and they put just a pencil grip on it. And they're very strong. I haven't had any trouble with mine bending on me at all yet. So that's really nice. And also has a bit of a point to it, which makes it easier to pick up your yarn. Because sometimes if you have the hooks that have a dollar tip on them, it's harder to pick up your yarn because it won't pick all of it up and pull it over. Other things about these looms. These are wooden looms. And they do come stamped with the website. So that's really nice. They're wooden looms with very nice, I don't know if it's like a type of resin or the type of plastic this is. It's very, very strong. I think this is the same plastic that the KB Looms makes their Super Afghan loom, and they make their pegs out of. So it's really, really nice. Now, one of the big questions I get is, why are the pegs marked? Oh, also, this is the only loom company that pre-marks their pegs, which also is awesome because they mark their pegs so that you can do a figure-8 stitch, so it gives a little bit more makes the loom a little more versatile than what it initially is. Let me adjust this a bit. I'm going to show you real quick why they mark this. This is marked for the figure-8 stitch. Now I'm going to do separate videos and show you how to mark these for the rib stitch. So just throwing that out there. Alright, so for the figure-8 stitch, oh wait, let's start with this one. It's just doing a figure-8. Now this one is the smaller gauged loom. So you can see this still works. You have to kind of angle the tensioner a little sideways. I have to angle the tensioner to the side of it. Almost at the end of the other side for your figure-8 stitch. Alright. The way I wrapped it, I had one leftover peg right here, and that's fine. But the way you do your figure 8 stitch, you just do the stitch like I showed you, and then you go through the entire loom. Here, I'll show you what it looks like first. It's just little figure 8s. If I did it too fast for you to see how to do the figure 8, I do have separate videos to show you just how to do the figure 8 stitch. What you want to do is go through the whole thing and push this down, and then when you go back, you follow your exact pattern. So I'll do a few and then just show you, and you go all the way to the other end. See, that is an exact mirror image of the one below it, and you just remember the pegs that are marked, you skip. And it's so simple to do the figure 8 stitch. You just take, after you do it, you take your bottom loop of yarn all the way over, pull it over the top on the outside, on the inside of the S shape, push it down, wrap with the figure 8 again each time, making it the exact same as the row before it, until you get it to the length that you want. And then there are various ways you can cast off for it, which I have a video that shows you a bunch of different ways you can cast off for it as well. Alright, so I absolutely love the CinDwood looms. So far, the only issue that I've heard people say about is some people think that the spacing between these pegs are a little, like the head of them are a little too big, and that puts the spacing a little close. You can always use a straw. Well, you need to use a straw smaller than this, but you can always use a small straw as your yarn guide to help you go through the spacing a little faster. I've had to do that on various looms that have a smaller gauge to them. But that's just part of the deal with a smaller gauge loom, is that the pegs are going to be closer, so you can use one strand of yarn instead of doubling your yarn to do it, which is a very nice feature to have. All in all, I was very excited to get these looms, and I absolutely love them, and I cannot wait until I can order their they have circle looms, and they also have long looms as well. So at some point, I hope to have a full collection of the CinDwood craft looms. Again, great loom. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or tips, just please leave them below. I'm always excited to hear what my viewers think and looms that my viewers want to see. All right, thanks.